Kill it.
You think I can do it?
Yeah, I think you could do it. You could do anything you set your little mind to.
You're so supportive.
I know.
Happy New Year and welcome back to Underground After Hours. On this episode, we discuss alien shopping in Miami, Bill Clinton in a dress, and the Illuminati.
And New Year's resolutions. What's John changing about himself?
Nothing.
I feel
Not
like
a
we should.
fucking thing.
I get lines all over the fucking place.
Yes.
I swear.
Welcome back to Underground Nutrition After Hours 2024, Season 3, Episode 1.
Long awaited. It's been a while since we've been here.
It's been a little bit, no?
Since we sat down for a conversation.
It's been probably about a month.
Has it been? Yeah.
I'm Scott, co-owner of Underground Nutrition, and this is John and Justin, my two best friends in the whole wide world. They own Paramount Gym.
Good afternoon or evening.
How's everybody's New Year's?
Oh, man.
Me and John were together.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You were absent, obviously.
I was absent. Yeah.
Because it involves activities past 10 o'clock.
Correct. Yeah, I was asleep before. I think I was asleep at 9:30.
9:30.
Yeah.
I was in bed by 11, I think.
Yeah, we
Shortly
called
after.
it. We called it
earlier.
We didn't even do anything. We just ate food and literally just talked in a room.
Just sat there. Who cares anymore? I don't even think if I drank, I'd care.
At this age, you can't. I'm not sure you can care.
I don't know.
It's just, yeah.
I admit that I do. While I may say to other people that I think New Year's resolutions are silly, every year I find myself contemplating things I need to change.
Do you get, what is that? Introspective?
Well, I
That
don't
word?
get introspective. I just use the change of the calendar as an excuse to try to stop doing some
Dumb
of the
shit.
things that are obviously hindering my progress in life.
Mm-hmm.
So I make like a little, I don't write it down or anything, but I have a couple categories, key categories: financial, like personal, like character traits,
Right.
and then like a health and well-being one.
Right.
So I thought this year it would be good to just keep it simple. I'm looking for a 5% financial increase in my businesses for the year, which is I think
Very
pretty
attainable.
pretty standard.
Modest.
Yeah.
Pretty standard.
We're looking for a little more than that.
50.
Well, you guys are like earlier on, so
Or earlier on, the growth is probably a little bit.
yeah. But,
We're in the growth phase.
we're coming off a really good year. We hit all of our little silly metrics. We're turning corporate. You know, me and Alan are talking very corporate.
Are you?
We're like looking at metrics.
Yeah.
It was never like that in the beginning.
Looking at the analytics.
We didn't know
and stuff.
anything. I remember when we first opened, like for months, we would get inventory, and I like to calculate how much money the inventory is worth at retail. And every month I'd call him, I'd be like, bro, we have like $300,000 in inventory
Yeah.
at retail.
Uh-huh.
Which is such a ridiculous thing to spend your time trying to with
Find
an
out.
like Excel sheet.
Yeah.
Well, listen, there's a reason why it's called corporate, because it works. There's a reason why mega corporations are mega.
Well, yeah.
Because they do these things because they work.
Well, the idea is to try to put corporate tools in place without being corporate douchebag.
bullshit. Yeah.
So I think a 5% increase from a business standpoint is a pretty attainable goal, and one that would look good on paper at the end of the year. From a character trait, I was thinking to myself, I was telling John that I felt like I should choose between. Well, I kind of was forced to choose between telling the truth or being nice.
Okay.
And
Which one did you choose?
I didn't. I threw that away. I just decided to.
Decide that next year.
I'll worry about that next year. I think my main goal for this year is to stop getting involved in gossip.
Okay.
Not with you guys. I mean,
We can gossip.
we can gossip because I mean, take that away from us. What are we talking about?
Now, what else are you going to do then? Did you think about a replacement?
More like Zen. I was gonna
Okay.
do more Zen.
What about like
coffee.
conversation wise?
A lot more zen and caffeine.
Like with what I mean is like the arbitrary gossip that like comes across my face. I mean, not maybe that I wouldn't listen to somebody who's talking about it because it's kind of rude to like shut somebody down. And be like,
not
I don't
listen.
gossip. It's a moral high ground, but to at least not spread it around.
after you hear the
You should
bullshit.
stop. You should just focus on not gossiping about your friends,
Well, I look
like me.
What else is
Justin?
What else
to
is
the
there?
opposite?
what is there to talk about?
I hear
You
you.
make up stories about Justin to me, and then you make up stories to me about Justin.
We're
I think it
supposed
needs
to
to
be
stop.
like this.
We're
no,
a unit.
no,
Okay.
that's not true.
And we're supposed to have each other's back at any point in any situation. And I feel like at any point in any situation, Scott will kick our back in
tell
to
us.
make himself, whatever situation he's in, be okay.
yeah.
Me and John were talking about that
He
the
would
other day.
sell either of us for like 3 pieces of silver.
That's
A tin
or,
of Zen.
or just a peace of mind for a half-hour conversation with somebody
Yeah.
that he's in.
no, no. That's not true. I think at the end of the day, I would protect you guys with my lives. However,
That is true. I
what
believe
good are like good friends if you can't use them as cannon fodder?
Take the fall. Right.
You know, so I mean, it's just the way it is.
I appreciate that.
But what I mean is general, like gossip between us is expected, and I love it, and I will continue to do that because it's fun.
Do people like come to the store and like gossip to you? Or
Yeah, and I get caught up in it, and
Yeah.
I love gossip. Listen, it's a terrible trait, but I love it, bro. Tell me everything. I want to know who's
People
fucking
do it to
who.
us too.
Yeah.
I want to know who's fucking who. I don't want anybody to talk about me ever.
You're right.
But I want to
But you'll
know.
listen.
Crazy because most people are.
Wow, what are you talking about? How cool I am.
Right.
My mustache, my random mustache occasionally. I do love gossip though. I don't have a lot left in this world, you know. I don't drink. I don't do drugs.
Right. I think you're selling yourself short, but it's what John said, like people come to us. We're like the modern day bartenders. Like people will come to us at our job, and I'm sure people come to you while you're behind the desk.
Yeah.
And they just unload.
Yeah. And I'll listen to it all. I absorb it all, and they're like, "Don't tell anybody."
And then you're like,
I'm on the phone with John.
Next
They're
thing
like,
you know, my
"John,
phone's ringing.
John, guess what? And then
you'll
I hear
never
from John.
believe it. You know. So I thought that would be a good thing to like. I'm going to really make a conscious effort to just because I don't gossip's terrible. It's not a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of fun though. So I didn't get off to a great start this year. I'll be honest, and it's talking about everybody all the time. But I'm going to try to knock that off. If I wouldn't say it on the podcast, I'm going to try not to say it in general. You
Okay.
know,
That's gonna
talking
be
shit
tough.
about my competitors just randomly.
Right.
Like that's not really a good look. I don't think. You know.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a bitter
I think it's
look, but-
unnecessary when you have enough faith in the product you offer.
Well, I just like talking shit. You know?
yeah, you like
It's fun
smoke.
for me.
You like
I
smoke.
like smoke. Gives me something to look forward to.
Yeah.
But
Makes you feel alive.
it does.
Makes you feel alive.
It does, and it's not even so much the talking shit. It's like the like off chance that you might get confronted about it,
Yeah.
and then it's like let's party.
Which I think is just delusional because nobody's popping.
Yeah, I mean,
nobody's coming to
We're
your
old
front
men.
door.
It's like it's a little weird for me to even think that would happen.
Yeah. I mean, it'd be cool as hell if it
It'd be
did. I
fun.
hope I'm there.
Me too.
I hope I'm there when it happens
Me
because
too.
we're having fun.
Because you're gonna have to jump if I'm start to lose.
That's fine. I'm there.
If you guys don't jump, I'm gossiping about you 24/7.
So you abandoned the fitness goals, or are they still in?
No, fitness goals are in.
Okay.
But I'm not going to talk about fitness goals. That's another part of another part of this thing is to stop talking about what you're doing.
So you want
Because
you
like,
want action.
listen, every single fucking time for the last I mean, let's be honest. I haven't been in like great shape since I went on vacation. Like I don't even know now. It's like 3 years ago.
I think it was 2-3 years ago where you looked really good.
It was
Where'd
3 because
where'd
I
you
was
go?
still
Greece?
working.
Barcelona?
Aruba,
Same thing.
Aruba. You know,
Right.
yeah. I got in pretty good. I got like crashed, but it turned out pretty good. But
That was the keto specialist. Yeah, I do remember
that was a
one.
keto.
That was the
That
Naked
wasn't
True
keto?
Jelly.
No, that was trend special. That was a trend.
Yeah, I thought it was crash diet though. Crash keto fasting.
No, I pulled the carbs, but I also pulled all the stops on the gear.
Right. Okay. So we're gonna stop that.
I'm trying to. I'm like anyway. I do have some fitness goals, But every single time I talk about them, either I don't follow through or I get fucking hurt, and then I just look like a fat idiot talking shit.
So you're going to be the meme that's like, don't talk, let your results make the noise.
Yeah, real G's move in silence like lasagna.
Yes, so we should make a meme of Scott and just we'll do a reel of you working out, and it's like, don't talk.
Yeah,
Move in silence. Let
real
your results.
alphas.
Yeah. Let your
Real
results.
alphas, yeah.
Speaking of which,
Hood up.
I don't know. I was like scrolling through, and this is totally off topic, so I'm just going to say this really quick and move on. I was looking through reels earlier because I was trying to find like some audios that I liked. And for some reason, I had a run of like 10 Andrew Tate reels in a row. He's the most unlikable person I've ever come across in my life. And I know he's big on that alpha thing. He's so unlikable.
I mean, I don't like him or hate him. I'll watch some of his
I know
stuff.
we talked about him a while ago. He's just like
I hate all
the literal opposite of an alpha male.
I look at him like this is the way I look at Jordan Peterson.
Well, the only thing I'll give Andrew Tate.
I'd rather have dinner with Jordan Peterson.
Andrew Tate like can fight, like legitimately fight. I respect that.
Because he's trained.
Yeah, but I'll respect anybody who'll like kickbox and like I mean, you have to have some toughness for that. But I think all of the motivational stuff, every single bit of motivational Instagram and social media is absolute trash, garbage, cringeworthy. I watch it. I hate watch it. Like I watch CNN. Like that same feeling comes over me.
So should I delete the fit page I made?
Did you make one?
That would be dope if John made a fit page.
We should do like a parody,
Like a fit page.
or we should do like a reel where we're like on the show and we're acting like we're just saying random nonsensical fitness motivation shit and splice it together and just put it out there.
We should.
See if we catch followers.
Everybody else does it. Why not us?
Wake up at 4 a.m.
That's right.
Do what other people won't.
This is what I eat in a day.
I mean, I get why people like it, but
Yeah.
I never. It's like the NAAA meeting culture where somebody says like, "Oh, did you get anything out of that meeting?" And I was like, "No, I didn't get a fucking thing out of it." It's just
The cookies were all right.
I'm not. The coffee was ass. I'm just not one of those people. I'm not susceptible to motivational speaking or, I have to be really. I guess my heart is just closed. I'm a closed
broken.
person.
It's your heart's broken and unusable.
Yeah. So enough about me. Let's hear you guys' fitness goals and 2024. You have to think about it. You had to have thought about it.
Oh, of course.
All right. So let's hear John's because I know you don't care. You don't even know what day it is.
I do know it's Sunday.
No, I mean, I think a couple weeks ago, I kind of, ever since my back's been feeling better, I've been enjoying working out more. I've been back with Joey Mack on the meal plan. The last 2 weeks were a little bit of a wash because of the holidays. But
Throwaway weeks.
yeah, they don't count. Today was this last week was like an aftershock of the holiday week. A spinoff, if you will.
Holiday week?
Not a sequel, but a spinoff.
It's like a vacation from a vacation.
Yeah, exactly.
What did you say? What did you say about January 1st?
January 1st is not the start of the new year. It's January 2nd. When you're doing New Year, New Me, it's a holiday.
It's a bank holiday.
Everybody knows that.
So
It's,
you're free to eat.
But John
fast
had a
food.
bank week.
stock market closed for an entire week.
Right.
But no, that's I just want to continue on that trajectory. I'm the same of the same mindset that you are. I'm just enjoying myself finally again. Like working out. You know, I had a really good time when we went down to Lifter's Lair the other day.
We did, yeah.
I had a good time working out with you on New Year's Day until I found out you were kicking my back in
What
about
was I
the
saying?
workout, saying it was low intensity.
That wasn't me. That was part of the
was that?
That was part of the gossip that I'm talking about. Is I heard that your low intensity workouts are, as they described it, terrible and garbage. And
Who's they? You're the one that said this to Justin.
But I think I heard it from Jordan.
Jordan wasn't there. It was just you and me.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That was because I worked out with you. Well, you told me to get ready the day before. You said, Scott, you better come to the gym ready to work out.
Yeah.
And I did your whole goddamn workout. And I was like, we did. And I went to Justin the next day and I said, if you wanted to have the easiest back workout possible, pick the 4 exercises that you think we did. And he nailed it, bro. 4 for 4.
Nailed it?
4 for 4, except for the lower back extensions, because that's your little PT at the end.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was a good work. It was a general. I would say that's like you put in a lot of work for a couple years, and you got a throwaway workout, and you're just trying to get some blood in the muscle. I think that would have been a really good workout for that particular set of circumstances.
I'm just glad he's back working out.
Me too.
again.
Yeah,
I really
so that's
am. I really am.
I'm just my goal is to just continue having fun. The only piece of the puzzle that I have not, only piece that I've yet to add to the puzzle is I want to get back on the mats in jiu-jitsu.
Really?
Yeah,
You want to roll around on?
I really want to get back.
That's not why you think your back is.
I was
in
just
fucking
gonna say, I'm like,
shambles.
he's gonna do that and he's gonna get hurt again. I hope it doesn't happen because I know you enjoy it that much. But it just seems like
I feel like a
that's
quitter.
where it all stemmed. What'd
Yeah.
you say?
I feel like a quitter. I
Oh,
feel
that's
like
cute.
I quit. And
I
won't-
quit
quit
jujitsu
rugby.
and rugby. I don't feel like
And
a
he feels
quitter at
great.
all.
He made a
If I feels great.
he made a business decision.
If I get
He didn't have
injured-
enough time to gossip.
I
The
got
guys
nothing-
on the rugby field didn't want to gossip with him.
They're like, no, we're gonna hit
There's
some
nothing to talk
motherfuckers.
about with those guys.
Right.
No, if I take one more injury, I think it's over for me.
Yeah, I just don't want to see.
You'll- I'll be in a wheelchair.
I mean, I love your motivation. And I love your drive for wanting to get back out there, bud. But like,
I'm going to try to come up with a plan.
You don't want to be a
to
jack
do it
of all
is-
trades. I think you should just get good at fucking
looking
looking
sexy.
good. Get good at looking good.
Get good at looking sexy.
You don't need to. What if you're not? What are you going to roll
what are you
around?
gonna
Well, you
roll?
just said that you don't know if you can handle your own fucking meals now, and me and Justin might have to jump in.
What do
and
you
help
mean?
you, so I gotta
I'm-
make
No,
sure-
I'm just saying if it's ever a situation where I'm losing, you guys better.
Yeah, so I got. If
Yeah,
you're
but you
losing,
ain't
it's-
rolling around with the dude. You got to come in with a little.
I tell you what, I walk in the gym and I see you getting chipped up by somebody. I'm jumping
yeah, absolutely.
yeah.
on site, and then whenever he's like, "Oh, it's a fair fight," I'd be like, "I didn't know. I thought
Sorry.
I didn't know."
Yeah,
Sorry.
I mean, listen,
run
go-
it back.
right. Listen, John, you want to do it? Go ahead, do it. I think you should coming up with a nice little plan of action with
Why
your
don't you
coach
do
over there.
karate?
I mean,
You ever try karate?
I have been boxing with Jimmy.
See, what? Just pick one of those.
didn't
Like
you
do
just-
boxing.
You did it once.
That's not true. You're a liar because you go home at lunchtime. So you don't know what you're talking about.
I thought I saw it once. I
Three
literally-
times in the last 2 weeks.
It is my
Seriously?
We'll get him on the phone
Can
now.
I tell you guys? It is my dream. It is my dream to have underground like boxing. I even went so far as to try to like figure out what it would take to get sanctioned and like pit influencers against like bodybuilders. Like you know what I mean? Like how awesome would it be? It would be
2024
cool.
Fight Club.
And just like have like a 6 or 7 fights, like pick like a powerlifter girl against like a influencer. It would just be awesome.
That
It
would be
so
wonderful to watch.
I would 100% train to fight. If somebody would call me out and set it up, I would do it for
So
fun.
why don't you do boxing?
I don't want to I don't want to box.
You don't want. You want to fight.
I don't listen. I want to get back into like good shape.
Yeah.
That's what I'm just saying.
On any
I
cost.
meant for content. Like
Yeah.
I'm not even talking about. Like,
okay.
Like I'm not talking about like trying to itch some sort of like.
I thought you were trying
aggressive.
to like. Yeah,
Scott
yeah.
just
I
wants
thought
to
you were trying
entertain people at the
yeah.
end of the day.
Yeah, I'm an entertainer.
He's an entertainer. He's a content creator.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
just see all the celebrity boxing and it looks so much fun and like such a honeypot, you know.
I don't know. Outside of that, I think that me and Justin have been having a lot of positive and productive conversations about really putting everything we have into this business we have.
You guys weren't prior.
No, I think
2023 wasn't everything you had.
no. I think
I hope
that
it wasn't.
2023 was huge. Especially with the addition of Charlie. I think we accomplished things that I was weary about whether or not we were going to accomplish, and I think this sounds so cheesy, but like those memes or the audios on social media that are going around, they're like, "Oh, 2023 was the warm up." Like that's my mindset. Like I'm not,
Yeah.
to the fucking moon. To the fucking moon.
So you are watching some like motivational stuff,
yeah.
and it's like getting to you a little bit.
Well, I'm losing my mind. I'm gonna start wearing I'm gonna start with the crazy like Allen quotes that get up at 5 a.m. I'm not actually gonna get up at 5 a.m. and I'm gonna say it a lot.
Rent like a really nice car, do a shoot by it.
No, but I think we have something special, and I think You know, it comes in ebbs and flows where you hit the gas and then you cruise, and 2024 all gas.
Cruise control's
All
over.
gas.
All gas.
No brakes.
No
Cruise
brakes.
control's over. It's time to, put the pedal to the fucking metal.
So just like maybe for somebody who's watching at home who owns a business or a gym, do you guys have you guys discussed hard numbers in terms of like percentage increases?
Yeah.
Not percentage increases. We've talked like number increases,
Member goals,
goals, PT goals,
yeah.
money in the door,
overall revenue,
monthly revenue. Yeah.
you know, expenses.
yeah.
You know, I'm done being involved in anything that's not making us money.
Yeah, it's tough to wade through that, and it's your first couple years, right? This is going to be your second fiscal year coming
Third.
up.
We're going into our third year,
Going into
February
your
5th.
third.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, that's like you could go into a business with all the models and numbers in your head. It doesn't matter till the smoke settles, and then you have a sort of like a baseline.
Yeah,
And then you can start really making
know
goals
what you're capable of.
and pushing.
Yeah, the amount of growth we had in year 2 was insane.
I'm super excited for the equipment that you guys got coming in.
Yeah.
We saw that over at
Lifter's Lair.
Lifter's Lair.
I'm excited for that too.
I'm excited for that. I think the adding exercise selection for you guys is going to like really set you apart. I'm excited for that. Is there anything else? You got some business goals that you check?
We have some business
Fitness
goals.
goals fitness is the goal.
Fitness is the goal.
Health is the goal.
Health is the goal.
Yeah.
We were talking about
You want happiness in fitness.
being happy with myself.
Yeah. I like that.
That's beautiful.
We were
great.
talking about a potential second location in Miami until I heard about the aliens.
We'll get into that.
You gotta pause. We gotta do his.
We'll get
Oh, I
into that.
thought he doesn't have any. Justin's a walking New Year's resolution. Like he has
Wait, no,
nothing
but seriously,
to
so New Year's is coming.
Uh-huh.
Do you, in your mind, as somebody who eats, I would say 99% clean, unprovoked. Like it doesn't. It's just
out of pleasure.
that's just the way you are,
Right.
right? You train with relatively high intensity, 5 days a week, 6 days a week.
Mm-hmm.
Cardio is just a given. Like you train as if you're competing for something. Never really did.
Right.
Never had any desire to.
No.
Financially, I would say that you're in a decent place.
Yeah.
Yeah. So New Year's is coming. Do you ponder the New Year's resolutions?
I guess a little bit. Obviously, me and John share the same business goals.
Yeah, sure.
So I don't have to go into that because he just touched on them pretty well. Fitness-wise, I mean, in a week, I'm going to be 40 years old, which is kind of fucking crazy. So the way that I look at that is like I just want to kind of just keep this train rolling the way that it is,
Yeah.
and not have any setbacks. I'm always like, on Twitter and reading all that crazy shit on how you could just get more healthy and, different types of cardio, zone 5 cardio, spiking your heart rate. And then, I guess just like keep broaden my horizon.
Keep
and
it fresh.
Yeah. Broaden my horizon in new ways to just like, sure, I want to look good. I always want to look good. I want to look good without my clothes on. I want to look good in clothes, but I also want to be a physical specimen.
Right.
That's always been like, I would say
You want to live forever. You want to be healthy.
I'm trying to be,
You don't ever want to die.
I'm trying to live till I'm 150,
If a vampire came along and like gave you the option, immortality,
that's it.
you're taking it.
I'm taking it.
You don't
I'm
care.
going to live forever.
You'll see the sun burn out.
Bring it.
That's a sociopath.
Yeah, that's crazy. I hear
I'm thinking 47.
And then I guess spiritually is pretty another one that the only one that I really touched on is really like a resolution of mine, and I don't know if it's going to be possible, but I wanted to. My mother keeps like hammering me about like, when are you going to go back to church, Justin? When are you going to go back to church, Justin? Because COVID came around,
Yeah.
and we stopped really doing the whole meeting thing.
Yeah.
We don't really go to meetings, all three of us anymore.
We are a walking meeting.
Sure, we'll bring the meeting anywhere.
Yeah. But I know what you mean. We're not
We're not like,
in the rooms anymore.
we are not in the rooms anymore. So I wanted to, try to possibly, walk through those doors again in church and just like open up my, spirituality again, how
Right.
it was.
Because you were at one point
I was
Sunday church.
Sunday church, Wednesday Bible study.
Yeah, Bible study. Yeah.
Bible study, yeah, man.
What made
Big
you?
time.
What made you turn from the
not
God's
that I
loving embrace?
It's not like I turned from it. I like life just got
You-
busier,
Yeah,
and
didn't fit the schedule.
it didn't fit the schedule, which is not the one you're supposed to let go of, but I did. So with my mom, just like always, like, when are you gonna go back to church? Josh? I like, I guess my my little tirades in front of the family sometimes about like my political views and
Seek Jesus.
my conspiracy theories. There's like, Justin, you might want to go back to church because you're not as like calm, cool, and collective as you used to be. So maybe when I leave the gym on Sundays at 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, I could go hit up Faith Fellowship and walk through those doors again.
I like that.
Yeah, I mean,
You should go with them because I noticed you didn't say anything about your like any character traits that needed changing. Of the three of us, I feel like that's wild.
I'm the one that out of all three of us, I feel like I'm the least one to need a character trait. You don't think so?
I can't wait to zoom in on John's face as you said that. I mean, I feel like everybody's got character flaws.
Yes,
right?
we all do.
And you get to a certain pattern and a way of being for and I think if you're at all self-aware, you're completely aware of the shitty things that you do or say, or
Very true.
some of the darker stuff, and maybe. I mean, I at least contemplate it. I usually just go, that sucks, and then just keep it moving. But it's a new year, so I figured,
Yeah.
I thought gossip entails.
You know what? Yeah, that does.
It entails a larger.
It does.
It's just not. It's just something. It spreads around the negativity that just isn't. It isn't good for you.
No, it's not a humble thing. It's
No.
You're right.
And like, who cares what anybody's doing? It's just something to talk about. It's like a time filler.
Right.
So, John, just before we get into Cat Williams and the aliens,
I just want to talk about the aliens.
you just wanted.
What do you want to know?
Scott wants to touch on some of your defects of character.
I was
that
just
you
wondering
wanna work
if
on.
you needed suggestions. If you didn't think of it, we had a business goal, you had a fitness goal, but I noticed that there was no character goal, like
self-reflection goal.
no self-reflection goal.
Well, I think I told you when we discussed this on New Year's Eve that I would like to live a little bit more intentional in the sense of just consistently being like the main character in my story. Just whatever I'm doing it 100% or not doing it.
Pursuing things with meaning.
And maybe complaining less.
Yeah.
About the situation or situations and
That's a good one.
Spending more time, solving problems
Yeah.
Rather than bitching about
other
them.
than complaining about them
Or
and
creating
just,
them. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I mean, like you said, we all, it's like, when does like a character trait become a flaw that's that needs to be worked on? But I think that, I don't know. I think that's a pretty good one for me, and all encompassing is just to live a little bit more intentionally.
Yeah, that's a really good
We're
one.
not
actually.
young anymore, boys.
Feel it.
The sand in the timer can run out at any moment.
You're right.
Justin's about to be 40.
That's crazy.
I'm the youngest one out of all of us.
Somehow you look the oldest.
I agree. It's the bald head. You guys got a nice head of hair. It's fucked up.
You got that really clean Mediterranean look.
Thanks.
It ages well though.
Yeah, I guess so.
You know,
That's probably a fucking TRT.
Irish guys, like we go, like I remember my dad was just looking like in his 40s. He was like, I couldn't really ever, like in my head, he was like a 30s to 40s, and then all the one day I woke up and he was like an old man.
Right.
That's what happens.
Aged like
Like one
that.
day you're spoiled.
Yeah.
You know, like you've got liver spots and your hair's falling out, and you just look like an old Irish potato.
Yeah.
So, God, I hope that doesn't come any
No, we're going to keep this train moving.
growth hormone.
Yeah.
2 I use, so it'll really stave.
We ain't talking about it. We're doing it.
We're doing it. That'll do it.
No more talking.
That's right.
All right. Well, that wraps up the New Year's resolutions phase of the show. John's super excited about the entertainment part today,
Excited. I just think it's
I think it's right up
something
his
that
alley.
needs to be discussed.
We need to set
I think
the
we all
stage.
have a little bit of.
Which one you want to go first?
Well, I think let's just get the aliens out of the way. I
Love
think
it.
the aliens in Miami. We had this conversation. We talked about with the whole like Mexican Congress thing that went on a couple months ago.
Right. The government is leaking like UFOs exist.
A couple months. Then there was the one in the U.S. Congress where that guy made that statement. A couple months prior to that, we had that lady losing her mind on the airplane.
Yeah.
That was John's favorite.
Tucker Carlson's afraid of it made some very
Bold statements.
crazy statements about being like knowing some sort of secret that he's afraid to even discuss with his wife because it has a spiritual component.
Ooh.
Which is
That's kind of scary.
So what is it? Bayside Mall or
I think so.
there's like a 2-story outdoor mall in Miami.
set the stage.
I was doing that.
Yeah.
There's
Before you
a
interrupted
popular
me.
mall in Miami on New Year's Day. Apparently, the police responded to some adolescent teens, reports of adolescent teens fighting and lighting off fireworks.
Yes.
And on the other side of that coin, some people disagreed with that and claimed to see some 8 to 10 foot grayish figures that seemed to be teleporting
Correct.
Blinking
and
in
scrambling electronics.
Yeah.
and out. Yeah.
And then the only thing that there really seems to be video of is the response from law enforcement, which was multiple helicopters, over 100 squad cars.
Yeah. Like a 9/11.
It was a
type.
9/11 warranted law response.
Right.
Yeah. Pretty wild to see.
Siren, like they had the footage from the helicopters, and it's like it was just police down like probably a mile down a major highway.
Yes.
And like if you pause it, you could, kind of count the cars, and just like doing a quick scan, I got it at like roughly 100 cars with sirens. That was the cars with sirens on.
yeah.
Multiple helicopters, and you offered the responses to like the cops are just sick and tired of the people acting the way that they're acting and lighting off fireworks. You claim to have seen videos of the teenagers fighting.
I did.
I didn't.
I saw one too.
It wasn't.
It wasn't crazy.
It was. I've seen
Didn't look
much
like it,
crazier.
Yeah, it didn't look like it warranted 100 cops.
No, but I mean, okay, so yeah, so that's this.
But there's a couple more details that I just want to throw
touch.
in. I don't know if this is just things that I've read. Airspace was closed around the area.
I believe that was debunked, but go on.
Over 60,000 homes in the area lost power that night.
I don't know
And
if that's
the
true.
police moved to a frequency on their radio that was not able to be picked up by civilians with police radios.
by scanners, yeah, and I heard that it was originally went in as like a terrorist call.
So what's up? I mean, there's a little video of what it's a terrible quality, but it appears to be a
Skinwalker.
large, smoky
Skinwalker
figure,
Yeah.
like floating.
Bigfoot. Yeah.
It looks like a glob of smoke with arms and legs.
I did see that.
So what's up?
Well, okay, so I'll first. I'm all for crazy conspiracy theories. I love them all so much. There's I believe I barely believe space is real, but if it is, there's certainly I'm sure there's aliens.
Has to be.
I mean, if you're just talking about like
You can reference episode 4 when Scott was
Statistically.
talking about space not existing.
statistically, like if this is not a Matrix type simulation, there's certainly aliens. So my initial thought is the government of certain cities like maybe Philadelphia, Miami, New York that are plagued by these flash mobs of roving teens wrecking tourism and destroying businesses. Maybe perhaps the government low key is like, when these things happen again, we're gonna roll out hard. Maybe that would explain the police response. Or if we're trying to dispel there actually being
Aliens.
10 foot long, 10 foot large, or it was like a terrorist training type like op by the cops and by the government to like stimulate some sort of like thing, or it's completely astroturfed and it's all by design to get clicks and views on social media. And I watched the eyewitness accounts. Nobody had any real footage.
No footage
of anything. I scoured the internet for it. I've been following it pretty intensely.
Now you're heavy on Twitter. What about like arrest records for people that were arrested?
There
and
were
charged?
teens. There was, I think,
There was a couple teens that were detained.
like a dozen.
I think the reports was anywhere from a dozen.
I saw the fireworks going off.
Yeah, there was
and
definitely
they were large
firecrackers.
fireworks being set off in a mall type setting, which is outrageous. And I hope every time that happens, that 7,000 police go out there and execute the people doing it. I'm dead serious.
Yes.
It would restore some fucking law and order to the world. Would be nice. I have a feeling. My personal feeling is that it's like totally astroturfed. Is that I think people on Twitter were gaining huge amount of views by just like turning their cameras towards their face afterwards and being like, "I was there, and I saw this," and they got 1 million people watching it. You know, like with no evidence at all. You'd be like, "Oh, my cell phone was erased. The Men in Black zapped our memories, and my cell phone wouldn't work."
Yeah, I saw one kid that was doing it and said that all the electronics, just like as the quote unquote alien or whatever it was, creature was teleporting from one area to another, that it just fucking shut off all electronics, so they couldn't film anything. And then he's saying, when there's a crisis like that, who thinks to pull out their phone? You know, you're just gonna run like hell and get the hell out of there.
Stupid, man.
Yeah,
People are stupid.
I see in the middle of like a shooting.
Yeah,
people
are just like-
pulling out their phones.
exactly.
You know?
And there's videos of people running, that are fucking running,
Yeah, but-
exiting. But
The thing with that is that there's like a classic video on the internet where like a couple kids got together
And just
they-
started
and they would
running.
just start running, and people
And as they
it would
pass
cause
people-
a manic panic.
okay.
Now,
I mean-
also, if I was in a large crowd setting like that, and I started hearing things like M80s going off, I
Yeah.
would run for cover.
Yeah,
yeah, I would too.
yeah. You don't know what's going on. You know, I think personally, I think that the whole thing is completely astroturfed.
Well, let's spend a second.
As much as I would love, I wish that there was underneath the mall in Miami, there was like some sort of riff in the demon world.
Upside down.
Yeah, and like
That would be awesome.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm all for it.
There's multiple accounts,
Yeah,
and they all seem to kind of claim to the same thing. No.
yeah, they do. They all say, like you said, 8 to 10 foot.
Now, was there any? Did I miss anything? Is there?
No, the police did put out a statement. I mean, take it for what it's worth. That the whole airspace thing and people losing power was not true. And they used an emoji in their official tweet, which is just fucking outrageous to me.
That's 2024 for you.
It made me think, like, I just don't believe anything you guys are saying. It was like the hand smacking the head one.
Yeah.
Like, who's running your Twitter account?
Great job.
Miami PD.
Protecting and serving.
Dade County putting emojis in.
I think so, I think today I saw this one woman who was a verified check mark who said that she was there and that the police had detained her and made her delete the video that she had taken. Which I like. Again, it's like you're not taking my phone. Good luck opening my phone, officer. Oh, I don't know the code.
Yeah.
you know what I mean. Are you arresting me for not? This is America. The last time I checked.
Oh, dude, but if that's some true shit, like if you saw it and you videotaped it and then like some Men in Black people came to you and were like, we need your phone,
Well, it's
you'd
not-
crumble like a fucking
No,
kid,
I wouldn't.
bro. You'd be like, bro, they'll execute you so this shit doesn't go out.
I mean, I would put up a fight until they started like,
Pulling out guns.
be like, we know who you are.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We're going to expose your DMs to the world.
So what? I mean, it's. I don't know. I mean, you have multiple people.
I was locked in
That
on
are
it. I was the
saying
first
it.
one to send it to the group chat.
You
with
told
us.
me about it.
Yeah.
You told me about it.
And
And, then
Scott-
you have that lady that on the plane, which I'm still stuck on.
Yeah,
I
he
want to
loves
know
her.
what was on that fucking plane.
So I think the bigger question is like, okay, why now? Why is the government saying that there are like coming clean on some of the UFO stuff?
Yeah, yesterday there was UFO spotted in Miami too. I don't know if you saw that.
I did see
you
that.
did. Okay.
I don't. The problem is that I feel like I've said it before. I think the shift with government propaganda is they kind of caught up, and the propaganda is severe misinformation.
Yeah.
Like to just scramble everyone's brains, like just to put out all the most insane shit, so you just don't know what's real anymore. Like with that video with the skinwalker, it's like, why is the video? It's always like what is it? Like it's like I have an iPhone, I can literally like read over people's shoulders.
Yeah, I
if
have
I'm
4K camera.
Yeah, I have a
why does this
4K
camera look like
Why
it's
does
from
it
a
look-
Nokia?
And it's a cop, like a helicopter camera. You tell
Yeah.
me that you guys like, what do they have, a fucking camcorder slapped to it?
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I
dude.
want this
I
shit to
think
be
it's all-
real so bad.
I know.
I want it to be real so bad.
I
just
say
so,
it because I just want it to, like, I want it, whatever's going to happen. I always say nothing ever happens. For once, I want something to happen.
Yeah.
Like, pop off.
and it's fucked up that you want it to happen too, because the last thing I feel like that did happen was obviously like, I don't know, like 9/11.
9/11. They try to make it like it was January 6th, but I don't
Oh,
I feel
dude, you
like
don't get me started.
was
That
the
was
biggest-
what was that? What's today? January 6th.
You see
Yesterday. You see a scene, that guy crying.
with the tissue? Like it was the worst thing that's
I
ever
want to
happened.
kill myself.
So true or not, though.
Right
here's
now.
my-
Oh, okay.
here's
go
my
ahead.
question.
I thought you were asking us. Like,
Here's my question, and this kind of segues into like what the next topic is. So I don't know if you want to jump right into it or
Yeah, go
circle
ahead.
back, but you know, with this in Miami or the lady on the plane, or like how many people are we gonna call crazy or attention seeking?
I mean, I think
What is it gonna? And this is a question for myself as well. But what is it gonna take
to believe
Who
these
has to
fuckers?
say something?
Yeah.
I need
Who
to
do
see
you
I
it.
need to
trust?
see it.
I need to see it.
I need to see it, bro.
For some reason, and like Tucker,
But there's so many
Tucker
things that you
Carlson is-
believe that you haven't seen.
That's a good point.
Like what? It could be
Space.
I don't believe in that shit.
I mean, there's a lot of things that you believe that you believe because other people told you or because you read it on Twitter. I'm not insulting you.
No, I know that, but
because
I-
I'm the same way.
I think I have a healthy state of disbelief. But I mean, I don't think it. I mean, for things like this, you got to come correct. If you're telling me
that there is a 10-foot creature.
and not only that, like every single police officer there has to not say anything. And these are, I know cops. They're just guys. Yeah, they're just
a
one-
boy.
They're
Yeah.
just they're just guys.
Yeah.
So it's
It's like you and me.
So I don't know how you keep something
How
like
do you
that.
keep that so close? Is there so much government influence and deep state influence that they're like, if you guys say anything, we are executing your family and everything?
And yeah, just look how the Epstein thing folded. Like it's like anybody who's been following that, it's just everyone knows that that's just.
It's almost like who cares?
Well,
Because nothing's going to happen.
Yeah, well, that's the problem with.
I
Any
mean,
of
it's
it.
interesting to know what the names are, but nothing's going to happen to them.
Well, just the fact that the way he died is obviously a murder.
Yeah, everybody knows that.
And the names, nothing means anything because nobody's going to like.
Now it's coming out that he's alive.
If we lived in a
See all this shit? Yeah.
yeah. If we lived in a real society, these people would just be like on site executed.
Literally hung.
But it's
Public
just,
hanging.
we don't live in a real. I
Yeah.
mean,
So I guess your point, like answer
What's it
your
gonna
question, I think I got to.
That's all. And I'm not asking you. I'm asking us. I'm asking
Everyone.
as a race,
Yeah.
you know, a human race. Like,
well, I just don't. The problem is that I just don't know what we're talking about, and I
because
think
there's no context. There's
I
no
don't like. Are we talking about
precedence.
Are we talking about aliens in the way like that got in a spaceship and came here and are like hanging out, or are we talking about like interdimensional beings like from another? Like what the fuck are we talking about? Like,
Yeah,
we're talking about
are
like
you asking me if I think aliens exist? I definitely do. You know, there has to be
Some
there's
life
there's
somewhere.
no way that we are the only beings in this as big as the galaxies are.
whether it's a single cell bacteria that's not from Earth,
Right.
It's an alien,
Right.
You know?
Are you going to ask me now if I think that Miami that there is a 10-foot creature? It's a tough, it's tough to say like, oh, definitely is there. They're lying because so many people would have to stay quiet, like Scott said. So many cell phones had to be taken away and confiscated because you like you just said, people are idiots.
yeah.
So the first thing I'm doing if I see a 10-foot creature, boop, this is gonna be good for Instagram, for Paramount. Boom, this is gonna be great. Like everybody, like it just seems so impossible.
Yeah, I really believe that this one is like you could do a case study on it if it ever came out. I think that this one started off with somebody posting, like, took that incident, like they saw the police response and they're like, that's way too big of a response. And somebody just made up some like fanfic First Eye account and people ran with it because you had you didn't have a lot of images.
Awesome.
You didn't have like a lot of images.
Yeah.
And then these people, you get rewarded with views, which is monetized on Twitter. So it's like if you're getting a ton of views and you get a ton of follows now, you're getting literally paid.
Mm-hmm.
So I truly believe that this one is a little astroturfed.
Yeah.
But I mean, would I be surprised if there was shape-shifting fucking aliens that ended up in a Miami mall?
No, I wouldn't. It wouldn't surprise me. I just want to see it.
I want to be there.
I want to. Yeah, I want to be involved.
They said that they weren't acting hostile.
Yeah, they weren't
and,
even-
like, I would
yeah.
be like, "What's up?" I'd be trying to make contact.
Yeah,
That is the
like,
most
what's that?
untrue thing.
Be like, what's up?
Scott would be Scott, Mr. I don't want to be near a spider. He's gonna go talk to the aliens.
I would be the one.
What's that movie that was filmed from like a camcorder?
Ooh, Blair Witch?
No, but there was like a giant like alien.
Cloverfield?
Yeah.
That shit was wild.
That shit was awesome. You ever?
Yeah.
That was
watch
great. Yeah. And then they did 2 more.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
They weren't that good though.
They were all
The
right.
second one was cool.
They were
Yeah.
all right.
John
The one with
Goodman?
John Goodman, yeah, it was a
Yeah.
little weird. But yeah, so I mean, my gut instinct on it is that it's astroturf. It's either like
that shit.
the government is like doing some like look over here, like 52 fake out because like there's something wild going on behind the scenes and everybody's dumb. They'll do anything for a Mountain Dew and like video of an alien, like me,
Yeah.
and or it's just a case of I think people like being able to get an insane amount of
Views and
clicks and views.
yeah, like I mean, I want to live to 150, but if I am gonna go out from an alien encounter and I'm just like in Miami-Dade fucking mall, just like what's up, and that's how I go. It'd be kind of cool.
You'd be on like a plaque of like
Yeah.
the first alien war of like
Right.
first lives lost.
Right, that'd be kind of cool. I'd
Yeah,
fuck with that.
Like Independence Day.
So, yeah,
Yeah. That's my initial feeling on that conspiracy. I think that stuff that's too like out there from the beginning is usually
And like I said, I think a lot of
Garbage.
it has to do with the fact that there's no context or precedence kind of.
I wish they would show up at Paramount Gym.
that'd
Yeah.
be cool. That'd be cool.
Give you some press.
We've got a New Year's special.
we should
Have a
fake
lift off.
something.
Oh yeah, that's what we should do.
We should fake an alien encounter.
Little Jesse Smollett.
Cat Williams mentioned him in the interview. That's a good segue.
Yeah, I mean,
So
that's-
what kicked this off?
he
I know
referenced
we all
Kevin
did.
Hart.
You watch the Chappelle special?
I watched. No, I didn't watch the
The new
Chappelle
one?
special. No,
Did you? Me and you watched it.
I watched it.
separately.
was it good?
Yeah, it was awesome. He's the
Yeah,
best.
he's great.
He's one of the best who ever did it.
It was not. It's not even. And I said this to Scott. It's not even like. It was hysterical, but aside from that, just I guess the way he delivers himself, the way he carries himself, is causes me to have a great deal of respect for him, and is part of the reason why I say that he is. And I said this to Scott, in 30, 40, 50 years. People are going to be talking about him the way that they talk about Eddie Murphy and Andrew Dice Clay, George
Richard Pryor.
Carlin. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like he's mentioned with them now
Already. I'm just saying, like, when he's dead and gone, he will be. And it's hysterical. And I think that the thing that I like about him so much is that I feel like he can say stuff that no other comedian can say.
He's got that. When you're funny and you're talented and you truly don't care, you are uncancelable.
When he did that special, the Saturday Night Live, and he did that monologue about Kanye West when all that stuff was going on,
Yeah,
he was saying shit there that nobody else would be allowed to say.
yeah. I think he's got some kind of G pass. Because I mean, what can you do? You have an ardent fan base, and when you have the money to bankroll yourself, you don't need a production agency. You don't need an agent. You don't need. I don't even know if he has social media. Like you don't need. He doesn't need any of that. He doesn't need connections. How can you cancel him?
Yeah.
If you could sell out theaters, you can't be canceled.
No. And he's in the Illuminati.
Well, I think
potentially.
he's not in the Illuminati.
No, he's not.
He turned the dress
He
down.
turned the dress down.
Did you?
Okay.
Do you know about the dress thing?
Well, I know what So hold on. So we're kind of segueing into the whole Cat Williams thing, and
Yeah.
I don't know. The only thing that I do know about the dress thing is in the beginning of it, he was talking about the one guy who was in Friday After Next with him, with Cat Williams, and
Yeah.
he said that if he ever works with this particular artist again, this particular actor again, it was in his contract that this actor must wear a dress.
Yeah.
And in the next movie that they're in,
He wore a dress.
the guy's in a dress.
So that's a little different. That was Cat Williams being a dick.
Yeah.
The dress thing that Cat Williams was talking about and Dave Chappelle had talked about was that apparently in order for you to become a super mega star,
Yeah.
black man,
Black.
black was the key to
It was
this.
definitely the key to
Was
it.
that the powers that be would put you in a dress
Somehow.
in some movie, right? As like as a form of like humiliation
Degrading,
or
yeah.
a sign that they had
That they have you.
submitted.
Control over you,
Right.
submitted you.
Or if you remember the famous painting in Epstein's house was a painting of Bill Clinton in a dress, which I find
Oh,
kind of.
I didn't know that.
You didn't know that?
No, I didn't know that.
Look that up, dude. You didn't know that?
No.
One of this huge painting
Yeah.
of Bill Clinton, oil painting on canvas of him wearing a dress and smiling. That was in like some closet on Epstein Island.
They're so weird.
So I feel like there's some kind of like connection with the symbolism of the dress,
The man in a dress.
people with power or whatever. But whatever. So Dave Chappelle in an interview years ago had said that like when people said that he had turned down $50 million, he had alluded to this
I watched that interview today.
of this thing that in order for you, it's not like you're not turning down $50 million. You're turning down like selling your soul or selling out.
Yeah.
And Dave Chappelle mentioned them wanting to put him in a dress and him like walking away from it. And there being like certain signs and symbols of becoming subservient to like your handlers in order to get to a certain status of fame. And Cat Williams was saying, like Ludacris, for example, it's like that motherfucker's got no talent. He's not. I don't care what anybody says. I don't like rap, but he's not a good rapper.
Right.
He's not a good actor.
Nope.
How do you get a $200 million, 10 movie deal as Ludacris?
Yeah.
Like
Who would do that?
you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But apparently, according to Cat Williams, the Illuminati, which that's another thing about this whole thing that bothers me, is because the idea that they're calling themselves the Illuminati is just outrageous to me. I guess for lack of a better word.
Yeah.
But,
You shouldn't have used that. It makes
I
it
watched.
sound stupid.
Did you watch the Shannon Sharp interview?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like clips of it. Mm-hmm. What stood out to you the most? Because I can't get over the fact that it's like an Alex Jones phenomenon where it's like I like him because he's funny and he's wild and he's outrageous, but there's just something about his character and the things that he says, and there's enough things that he gets wrong that kind of just muddies the waters
Yeah.
for everything. You know what I mean?
What stood out to you that you got wrong? That he got
Well,
wrong?
I watched Cat Williams talk about specifically about the movie role in the Friday After Next, where he said that there was another guy there was another actor claiming
Ricky Smiley.
Ricky Smiley.
that was supposed to be in his role
Yes.
or whatever. And Ice Cube had come out and said, in particular, Cat Williams pointed to a scene where there was supposed to be a male on male
Rape.
R-word scene.
R-word.
And yeah, one of the R words scene, and that Cat Williams like absolutely refused to do it, had them take it out of the movie. And Ice Cube, I guess, who was it's his movie,
Yep.
said that that's not true. He's like, I've never made a movie where those types of things happen. I don't make raunchy movies. I hate that kind of stuff. That scene never existed. There was never anything like that. But he said a lot of the other stuff he said was
A lot
true.
of the other stuff was true.
Yeah,
though.
they
I
said
watched Ice Cube's.
Yeah, he said
rebuttal.
he was basically saying that Cat got it right, but then like also it seems like he might be embellishing or not remembering correctly some of it.
Mm-hmm.
So take like the idea that they had Ludacris and Cat Williams in the room and the Illuminati's in front of them, and is like one of you is gonna You
Right.
get $200 million,
10-movie deal.
Yeah.
and cut your sideburns.
Right, you got to
And wear a dress.
right,
And-
and marry a light skinned,
like
ugly woman,
idiot.
Yeah, I saw
Just
that.
seems
yeah.
like
it's kind of crazy.
It seems laughable to me, but it's also like kind of in line with
like what has happened.
all the like outrageous stuff of these
Hollywood
elites,
lunatics,
the
yeah,
political, where the political Hollywood elites mix in this crazy satanic ritual of
ritual of
Well, what about all the things
circle
that
jerk.
you kind of and you scoffed at me when I said it, but I saw it
this stuff.
when we
too.
were as I watched more of the actual interview, but there are claims or writings all over the internet that Cat Williams' IQ is in the 160 range, which is insane.
This is I mean, I heard him talk. Like
hear him
that's
say it, yeah.
But I'm saying he also made claims.
that's like solving mathematical equations on a chalkboard, like Goodwill Hunting smart. Like that's Albert Einstein smart.
yeah,
I'm not saying yes
His-
or no, but he made claims in the.
He's not that. I mean, his stand up is funny, but he's not Dave Chappelle. He's funny. He's, you know what I mean? And like I heard him talk. He's obviously like educated and knows what he's talking about. But a $160 IQ.
I think it's crazy too. But there was he made claims in that are easily debunkable, and I haven't seen them. That he was
accepted to college.
accepted to college at 13, speaking multiple languages fluently as an adolescent, and reading at an adult level at 3.
Oh, and I saw a video of him saying that he could run like what's a good number for the 40?
4 flat.
Yeah,
Or
4 flat.
flat. And then you see
him
his
running.
little ass running. but
Yeah,
you
it
don't
was
see
so bad. I saw that.
Yeah,
I'm just saying
that's
these
what I
things
mean.
are debunkable.
But that's what I mean about the Alex Jones type thing is that Alex Jones says shit that's like totally debunkable, but he gets some stuff right. And I feel like these motherfuckers are like you're plants, like you're the psyop, like to make everything seem corny and goofy and like laughably wrong. I don't know. That's what I mean. I just don't know what to think anymore.
I mean, he made like some crazy, not crazy because I think some of them is, I've seen a lot of things on the internet that support it about all of the original Kings of Comedy.
Except for Bernie Mac.
Well, yeah, R.I.P., who was the only funny one.
Yeah.
yeah. What about stealing jokes?
Dylan Joe, he
Steve
murdered
Harvey,
Steve Harvey.
not funny. Cedric the
like
Entertainer,
Steve
not
Harvey.
funny.
Steve Harvey's kind
And
of fun.
I like him
DL
on Family
Hughley,
Feud,
I don't. He
or not
was just
Family
like the.
I never watched the original Kings of Comedy. I'll be honest. I'm into like Black Twitter and like because it's like fun to read about. But I feel so removed. I would love to hear like it's just weird to see them all fighting with each other, like the infighting that happens with this stuff and the responses that are
Cedric the Entertainer looked like a walrus.
he can't
Yeah.
he can't get his arms off his
Yeah.
belly. But I mean, Cedric obviously stole that joke about the riding in the
About
car.
the riding in his car? Yeah. He
Yeah,
totally
I mean,
did.
But like that's a joke
But
stealing.
I was going to say joke stealing is joke stealing.
But
It's
how
like,
do you
it's
go-
like
how do you
rappers
go from
biting each
that-
other's rhymes.
But like the Weinstein stuff about
Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart and
That one. So that one I felt like was the biggest one for me.
about him being totally astroturfed and never having to put like a day of work.
A day
in.
of work, and like he just came from the East Coast, Philadelphia, and he somehow just came over to LA and had a movie right away, Soul Plane,
Yeah.
5 other movies, network show that he just basically sold to Hollywood and let them rape him in his butt.
Yeah.
And
But I mean, I love that story. That story sounds so great. But then I also think like there's talent scouts and talent agents out there that if anybody were to sit in a room with Kevin Hart and let him do his thing, you'd probably be able to tell that guy's got charisma.
he's got
He's
talent.
really funny.
He's funny.
He's funny, and that people would really like him. So a talent agency might see him and instantly go, "You
Just sign him right away.
sign you
You know,
right away before you can."
So it's believable.
It's probable. I looked for Kevin Hart apparently made a statement on it, but I clicked on the video. It was clickbait, and I didn't hear him say anything about it.
He put out a Twitter post and was just like, "You gotta hate out your blood, bro."
Yeah, I mean that's what I would say if I was in the Illuminati.
Yeah.
You know, like I don't know. I feel like it's all.
But he was calling out so many people, man. Didn't he call out Diddy too?
Oh
yeah,
everybody's
got to
been
say no
calling
to
him
Diddy.
out.
Yeah.
You got to say no to
Yeah.
Diddy.
Diddy wants to party.
Yeah,
Yeah, Diddy wants. Sometimes you got to say no when Diddy wants to party.
He's a big fan
But
of the
listen,
behind.
you had the
People
not
been
that
saying
long
that
ago,
about him, though.
a couple
Yeah.
months ago. And what was it? An ex-girlfriend or an ex-wife came forward and made trafficking allegations against him.
Yeah, I mean, I believe all. I never liked that motherfucker. Him and that guy Mace, and even Mace came out against him. I think
Yeah.
Mace found God and was talking shit about
Mason
Reverend.
Gun, yeah.
But I remember when
Preaching.
that first came out. What was he originally called? Puffy, right?
Puff Daddy.
When I say I had hate in my heart for that music, that song with them in New York. What was the song? What was the big first song that they had? There were two of them dancing in New York. Just like
I
a
don't
couple
know.
of clowns.
Yeah.
And I
In
said,
their
how
shiny suits.
I'm like, how the fuck?
More
does
money,
it-
more problems with Biggie.
No,
No.
It was just him and Mace. It was like their big song. I
It
remember
might have been Mace's first big song.
they always put it on TRL. I want to.
Yeah.
I hate
It
it.
might have been Mace's.
Been
big-
around the world.
No, it was the other one. The one that was a little faster. It's so queer.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I gotta bleep that out.
Yeah, my bad.
What about the
I'm leaving
the
it
Puff
in.
Daddy?
You get canceled.
I'll be missing you. That
By
video.
queer, you meant weird.
Weird. Yeah, it's stupid.
The original.
Stupid.
Yeah, just by
I
definition.
love everybody. Yeah, Puffy sucks. He's
always
always
did.
sucked.
I don't know how anybody liked that music or his voice, any of it.
But Cat, he seems like a meth head, or
That's
just
what
like,
I said. He
se-
seems like
he seems like a
somebody that
crackhead.
smokes dust.
Yeah, he literally seems like a.
And he
dust
said
head.
in that interview, he's like, "You never heard nothing about me doing drugs with nobody." I think there's video of him having like a crack attack in the middle of the street, isn't there?
I don't know. I
don't
remember
know.
the feds raided his house a bunch of times, but it was usually for like tax evasion and shit like that.
and the Illuminati.
And that's what he says. Yeah, and but he's never done hard time. He's never went away for anything, and he always
I
just
swear there was maybe I'm thinking of Martin.
I don't know.
Somebody had a crack attack, and it's on video, and they're like sweating and running around the streets
Yeah,
like a madman.
it's just all of it, man. Going back to the Miami stuff, and now this, it just seems like
I just want
Hollywood,
answers.
You're not gonna get
government,
'em.
like we're so sheltered from them because they just have it all under control.
We got answers. We got literally the Epstein documents in hand.
And
like-
nobody cares.
And
nobody-
I mean, I care. I'm refreshing Twitter every day as soon as I wake up. Like this is the
Who's
day.
on the list?
This is the day.
I just
Show
don't
me it.
understand why don't they assemble a team? Why doesn't somebody like assemble a team and like let's go get them?
Well, you got Bill Clinton,
Citizens
you
of-
got Oprah, you got Stephen Hawkins, you have
what's Stephen
Leonardo
Hawking? Have you
DiCaprio.
seen-
Like, what's the name you're looking for
Have you
that is going
seen
to change something
the
for you?
Stephen
They're
Hawking's
amazing.
memes?
The Stephen Hawkins memes are amazing.
Are so sick.
Oh, they're the best memes in the entire world.
Real quick, have you ever seen just what last bit on Cat Williams? Did you ever see? I don't know if it was his first special, but the Pimp Chronicles one where he's in like the green jacket.
it's the best one ever.
It's probably the funny one. It's probably my favorite comedy special ever.
I mean, it's really funny. I always liked Cat Williams.
He's had specials that weren't as funny. Maybe he set the bar really high with that one. But
don't
that
know.
one was
The
like,
older ones I loved when he did the bit when he was like hustling and he was
Yeah, making the fries.
making the fries. He was great. I loved him. I mean, he's just seems like he's fucking shot.
Yeah.
So it's hard to take him at his word.
Maybe that's the genius. Maybe that's the 160 IQ.
Could be, you know. It could be. It's the same. It's kind of
160.
similar to like the Kanye thing. Kanye, like, did you see Kanye in the fucking studio like a couple weeks back? Just spazzing, bro, losing his mind. I
Yeah.
can't even repeat the shit that he was saying.
He has autism.
He's got more than autism, man. He is fucked, but in such a cool way.
It's such a fun way to watch.
Oh
They
man,
should just have.
He's
like,
got to have a ridiculously high IQ.
I don't know.
You don't think so?
I think he's a smart guy. I think he's super creative. I like his clothes.
yeah. I don't know if he's got a smart IQ because he's creative though.
No, I don't know. I don't think he's going to do very well on IQ tests. But I don't know.
I mean, listen, I love this shit. The reason why I'm on Twitter is this shit.
stuff.
Can we go take? We need to go take IQ tests.
I would,
Yeah,
I
I'll
would
do
be
it.
the dumbest one of all of us.
I don't think so. I don't know.
I'm pretty dumb.
I think you'll get bored of the test and start doing like gambling on your phone, and
which is a sign
Dude,
of a
it took
low
me
IQ.
7 years. It took me 7 years to get a 4-year degree, bro. I should be a doctor.
Yeah, dude, I don't think schooling has anything
Agreed.
to do with
But
your IQ.
I always wanted to know
They're online.
where I fell.
I could guess.
Where?
You probably cluster around the average.
Yeah.
A little bit above, I think. Slightly above. I don't know how great you are at pattern recognition.
What'd you get on your SATs?
1,100.
It's better than me.
I got 1,100.
1020.
I took them one time when I was
Yeah. No.
junior.
Did you?
Did you know that Liam got like a 1,400 or 1,500 on his SATs?
Liam's one of my employees that works out with
Good
John
hire,
occasionally.
bro. Solid
Yeah.
hire.
Yeah, but he's got a 1,400 IQ, but it's 1,400
He's taking
SAT.
orders from Scott.
Yeah, he's working at a supplement store.
Yeah. Because he's not that smart.
No, he's a
No, he's a good
he's
kid.
a lovely kid,
Good kid.
reliable.
He told me
That's what
that.
I
I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
I know one person that got a 1,600.
I don't think this shit means anything. I think the IQ test is more important than the SATs.
Oh, I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying it's pretty. What was the ones that you have to take when you're in a facility? Was the MMPI?
I never
know
had
if you're insane.
I don't know.
I never had to
took
take
that.
Oh, I had to take it a couple times.
Jesus.
When you went out to fucking Seattle?
It's a documentary we should watch for next time. Did you see that on Netflix?
What's
What?
that?
They have some like that Oregon Trail shit that you had to do, but
No,
they got shut down.
Thank God. Hold on. I want to say something about that. But the one that I was, the facility that I was in is considered semi-wilderness.
Yeah.
So we were actually in like a very nice facility. Every 6 weeks for a week, we went and did that. So it's not like we lived out there.
Well, just for context for people listening at home that maybe got this far, John got caught with some pencil shavings.
Yeah, he got caught
he
with
was
oregano,
16.
and his parents sent him to Seattle on a
Like,
fucking.
it was a
found-
permanent marker. I
they
was
found-
a permanent marker.
He found his nudie books and, and sniffing white out.
Yeah. So his parents were like,
And they-
"Get out of the
And
house."
they sent him to Oregon Trail survival camp, and he was took some Xanax on the plane ride there. He doesn't remember what happened to him.
The plane ride there was crazy. It was 6 weeks after 9/11.
How old were you?
19. It
19.
was 6 weeks after
And
9/11.
how long were you there?
The last go around? Six.
You had to go multiple times.
Not to the Oregon Trail, but to different trails.
When you,
I think 9 trails
you
in
stayed,
total.
you stayed clean when you came home from this place.
Yeah.
That was So it
So your
worked.
last time around,
It was time.
It worked.
That's what it was. It was time.
you were
If put
sick
me-
of going into the
No,
woods.
If you, I only went to one facility like that, and the fact that it was the amount of time I spent away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like, this is stupid.
By the time I came home, I had something to, like I had something of value. You
Yeah.
know, the time that I had like spent not a mess.
Yeah.
But I saw the
Documentary.
Documentary.
trailer that you're talking about, and it's kind of funny because interesting fact about me is I have like weird obsessions with stuff like that I'll read about. And have you ever heard of Kids of Bergen County?
No.
It was I'm surprised because it was close to you and it was around our age group, maybe a little bit older than us, but it was a facility similar to that where people were tortured. Kids were tortured. And
Illuminati.
no, I just how
Was it for their? What's this stuff? The adrenochrome.
Adrenochrome. Yeah. But that's
no,
babies.
I mean it's. I was watching. I saw that trailer, and it made me kind of think of other places that I've read about, and it's. I don't know. I'm just so grateful I didn't end up in a place like that.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Because
Fuck
for
yeah.
me, I know my parents were so willing to
ship you off.
just not to well.
To send you anywhere.
No, but we're so desperate for a solution.
So
you get
anybody who had a
That
good
the
pamphlet.
right sales pitch.
Could have got you
They,
there.
here, take him. Take
Yeah.
him. You're gonna. He's not gonna die at 20. Take him.
Yeah.
They would
You
just
gonna fix
been
him?
giving
Yeah.
you body work in the
God.
woods,
Yeah. Fucking hostile.
bury you up to your neck.
No,
I'm glad you didn't go there either,
the
bro.
case it's the same for all three of us.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny that we're talking about this now, but I think before we wrap this up, we should say that we are down a man.
Oh yeah. I
R.I.P.
wasn't sure if we wanted to talk about it. But
Well, I would say something nice. You know, he's done a lot of work for us over over the last year.
Is he in one of those wilderness camps now?
He wrote a book. I don't know if you know this about Donnie. Donnie, our producer, has left the show. He's gone on to greener pastures.
He quit.
He quit. He's doing Warhammer figurine videos now.
Yeah.
On good terms.
Yeah.
He's a good friend of mine. But he wrote a book. I can't think of the name. He gave me a copy. I think it's signed. He was a wilderness counselor for like a year, and he wrote a book about his experiences, how awful it was
For the kids?
how abusive some of the people were that were
Oh,
involved.
that's what his book is about?
Yeah,
John will read that shit in a heartbeat.
Donnie is very nice, and I think my only criticism is a well-written book. It's thoughtful.
You read it?
But he pulls some punches. You could tell he's like pulling punches because he didn't want to upset people involved. But I think that was my only criticism was he should have went mask off and like really
exposed everyone.
But I think he was like assaulted, or him or somebody else was like brutally assaulted by some like gang member kids out there, and the facility itself was super underfunded and ill-equipped to deal with
What they were dealing
what
with.
they were dealing with, and it was
The amount of people that have come out and spoke about places like that is horrifying.
yeah, it's big
Horrifying.
money, it's big business, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
There's been, I mean,
I
even
know Eric went to one of those places and said it was awful.
Yeah,
Eric. Oh yeah, well Eric was a bad kid too.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean even like
I was a good kid, and then I was a bad adult.
you were a bad young adult. No,
Yeah,
I
I
got
was
it
a
out of
bad
my
young
system
adult.
early, thank God.
I wish I got it out a little
But
earlier.
there's a lot of, I mean, you see that. I remember seeing some special, some interview from that. What was that? That famous girl that was on Dr. Phil, the Catch Me Outside girl.
Yeah,
She ended up in a place like that.
well, she's making $1 million a
making $1
month.
million
on
Yeah,
OnlyFans.
but she does like advocacy work for
Places like that?
minors in places like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's good of her. Maybe
Well,
she
she's
should
gotta do
stop
something
showing
with
her
that money.
butthole. On
I mean, what's her
OnlyFans.
incentive?
Yeah, I know.
People simps giving her money.
Jesus, what a country.
But I'm just, if that's
You should start an OnlyFans.
Oh, I should.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
I feel like that would be popular.
Be a good. People want to see a hairy Italian bald man.
Maybe to like wax,
More than-
wax a little.
more than you'd think. That's what
You'd be surprised.
you'd be surprised.
I feel like John would be the one that would be the moneymaker.
No,
All those tattoos.
Yeah, like a certain kind
Yeah,
of
dude,
like
little-
Asbury Park
Yeah,
kind
man, he
of.
would
like
kill
a
the
cam boy.
He would kill the hipster community, bro.
That's I was watching Shane Gillis, who Dave Chappelle and Shane Gillis are the two funniest comedians right now. Did you
Yeah.
ever see his OnlyFans bit? Where it's like the family's downstairs eating dinner, and,
No.
and they run upstairs because like they hear something upstairs, and he's like sitting on a Sibian, and he's got like a shirt and tie, and he's just like squeezing orgasms out, talking to his family, saying he's got to provide for them. He's-
I can't. Every time I think of Shane McGillis, the first thing that pops into my head is the grilled cheese sandwich bit, and I immediately start giggling to myself like a
Yeah,
child.
He's got the best Trump impression. But
Oh, yeah.
he's my favorite comic right now, and Dave Chappelle's. I think they had the two best specials on Netflix recently.
I'm gonna go home and watch it.
Yeah, you got to.
I mean, Dave Chappelle did that special it was short, and it was like, I guess around the time and named after that whole George Floyd fiasco.
Yeah.
And he still managed to, in a classy way, like
Poke fun
extract
at it.
laughter
Yeah.
from the crowd.
You added that whole thing.
Yeah.
I don't know if I remember that one. Was that on Netflix?
I saw it somewhere. I think so.
Yeah. Well, I think that's it for the 2024 season 3, episode 1.
It's a banger. I had fun. These are my favorite ones.
If you're a producer looking for a job,
Oh, no, God, we can't afford you. We will put what I think Donnie did, just real quick, was that he realized he realized he could either put in all the work and hope that maybe this takes off, but he had to do work the whole way through, or he could just have all the edited footage of us saying horrible things and wait till we blow up and then blackmail us.
nice.
And I think that's what He made the business decision, the smartest business.
He got
decision.
everything he needed.
He got everything he needed, so that if we ever do, like, for some crazy reason, pop off, he didn't have to do it. He doesn't have to do anything. He just say, "Hey, Scott,
Remember this?
and like send it to me and like airdrop it to me."
Yeah.
And he'd be like, "Why don't you
Run that
why don't you
500K.
Run some money? Why don't you make me a partner on your new show?"
Smart job, Donnie. Good luck.
Good luck. No, I think he got a good job doing traveling rugby, and we were just working him like a slave. And he said, I think John really put him over the edge that last episode.
Yeah.
And he said, "That's it. I'm done. I'm out."
Okay. Well,
He came into the store, and it was like
You're
running.
impossible to deal with.
It was like running into my ex-girlfriend. And he's like, "How you doing?" And I'm like, "Not so good." Now that you mention it,
yeah. Ever since you left.
He said, "Have you found somebody new?" And I said, "Yeah, I have. We're moving on."
Yeah. I don't know. Sometimes I hope that he's going to come back.
He said to me, "Maybe we could work together on like a project, like once a month or something." I said, "Yeah, we'll see. I'll get in touch with you." And I definitely want to, because he wants to do the Bounce House American Gladiator.
No, he doesn't get to do that.
No? I feel like he'd be good for that.
No, not
He'd be good for anything, but
I'm messing around. He did some great work. I'm sad that he's
Me too.
gone, especially
Because I have to do all the work now. He said, "How come you?" I said, "Donnie, I can't even have this conversation. Why haven't I what? Done the podcast? Because I have to teach myself how to do it again."
All right.
We're gonna end up like everybody else with we'll just be in our houses with like a webcam.
Yeah.
Like 3 boxes.
Yep,
and we'll just
3
be
boxes.
talking over each other with like a 2K
static in the background.
Awful audio.
Yeah, 680.
Yep.
And we'll talk about bodybuilding.
Yeah, that's gonna be great.
We'll give motivational speeches to each other.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's it. I hope everybody enjoyed watching. I don't know, like and subscribe. Thanks.
Please.